So prior to Christmas, I purchased a Moto Grime Guard made by Tru Tension, and also a Wheel Monkey. The reason is, well, the Grime Guard, because I wanted to see if it was better than the piece of cardboard that I usually use to keep all the muck off when I'm cleaning and oiling my chain on all my bikes. This has a little collection tray for all the spray that runs down, etc. And I got the Wheel Monkey for primarily for the Triumph Tiger and the Kawasaki W800, which neither of which have the have a centre stand, and so for, you know, oiling the chain, cleaning the chain and everything, it's a real pain. I have to get my good lady to come and give me a hand and either spray or wheel the bike backwards and forwards whilst I clean and lubricate. Not ideal. So I was very hopeful. I had previously considered getting a centre stand for the Tiger, but thought, I can't remember, I think it's something like $39.99 or something like that for the Wheel Monkey. I'd give that a go. And firstly, the Wheel Monkey is used for the first time today. It's the first opportunity I've had with Christmas and guests and all the usual stuff that you end up having to do in the holiday. So today's the first real chance. So I wheeled Tigger out, put the Wheel Monkey down, and gingerly, admittedly at first, pushed Tigger back onto it. It took quite a lot more force than I thought, but I didn't want to go too mad, and it did roll onto it. And I also like to put a little block of wood under the centre stand to try and get the bike as upright as is safe. And I did that, and hey presto, yeah, it turns fantastic. So I'm really pleased with that. Obviously I give Tigger's chain a good clean and a good lubricate. I had hoped to use the Grime Guard. Now the Grime Guard isn't expensive, it's about a tenner or something like that. What I didn't realise at first is that you have to cut it to size, which was a little disappointing because 2 bikes and they're both, as it turns out, completely different sizes. So if I were to continue to use it, I'd need to have a number of them, all different sizes. Yeah, I cut it to size to fit Tigger, and I was somewhat disappointed. It didn't really work, it doesn't sit quite right, because the bike's on a little bit of an angle, it sort of dangles. Spray obviously gets through, and quite frankly it's not a patch on my piece of cardboard. So yeah, the Moto Grime Guard, don't waste your money. Might be good for a bicycle or something like that, I don't know, something that's got a lot more space around it and is easier to work with. Yeah, so the Grime Guard, a big no-no. Save your money, especially if you've got a number of bikes, because you'll have to buy one for each bike. If you've just got one bike and you're prepared to spend a lot of time getting it just right, but even then it's just not worth it, in my opinion. By all means, go ahead and try it yourself. The Wheel Monkey, however, it's a godsend. It's not ideal, but it's better than forking out 200 quid plus for a new centre stand. Something which, in my eye, a manufacturer should put on as standard, or at least give you the opportunity, because obviously some bikes don't suit it, and some bikes the owners don't want it. But yeah, well worth it. So Tru Tension, 9 out of 10 for your Wheel Monkey. And in terms of your Moto Grime Guard, well, back to the drawing board. I think you need to be much cleverer than that, something much bigger, something like a template for a piece of cardboard or something. That's just my opinion. So that's what I did today. Now I shall be back here later, the Fox at Elmswell, for a tie. Excellent they are here, whether you eat in the restaurant or whether you get a takeaway. So that's my plans. Thai takeaway. The better half has suggested it, and I see no fault with her suggestion. Well, Elmswell is a funny place. It's divided by this level crossing, and if you live the side I am at the moment, house prices are slightly lower and the other side slightly higher, and that's because there isn't anything this side of the railway lines in terms of roads, whereas the other side has easy access to the A14, and at busy times you can be stuck here for quite some time. And it is quite irritating, especially if you've ordered a tie, which I shall be later on. I shall be sat the other side, and if I get the timing wrong, I'm going to be late to collect it, and it'll be sat there cooling, and I do like my food hot. The train's there. It's just letting its people off. Because I'm on holiday until next week, I forget that today's a working day. There's always a horrible thought, is there another train, because there very often is, going the opposite way. And you get a double whammy. So after cleaning the chain on the Tiger, I had to go and do the horses, but I've been desperate all day to get out on the a motorbike, and I always knew it was going to be Bertie, the Royal Enfield Classic, because he cheers me up, and I need a little bit of cheering up after the Moto Grime Guard disappointment. As a Yorkshireman, I'm not a fan of wasting £10, but I think it will be going straight in the bin. I see no point in keeping it cluttering up the garage. And with the amount of shopping my better half seems to do online, I have an ever constant supply of Amazon boxes to cut up into the right shape for when I clean my bikes, and they always do a couple of sprays at the very least. If I'm not cleaning it, if I'm just lubricant, they'll do even more. And generally one size fits all, I don't know. So yeah, so I got out on the Royal Enfield and I've had a little blast about. I know I say this about all my motorbikes, but I do really love Bertie. So they're closing this road again in the new year.